The next section that we are building is the header section. We will first build this text right here and the two buttons, and then we will put our image on the right, and then we will look at for the responsiveness to make sure it looks clear and neat on a small device. As you guys see, the image gets smaller when it's on a smaller device, and the buttons they're also getting smaller, and pretty much all the content on the header section. Let's build it. Let's write a comment. And let's start with a class of with a div with ID of header and with class of header. Create another div with class of container and another div with class of row and another class with columns. So we want this column to be 6 column in a large device, and we also want this to be 6 column in a medium device. So let's duplicate this. In this one, I'm going to put my h1 and paragraph and the two buttons that we have on the left side. So it will be, for h1 I will just write responsive web design, and for our paragraph I'll just bring some dummy text, so you guys can go ahead, copy some text and put it there. And then we create our two buttons. First button, we give it a class of btn. Then we give it we want these buttons to be large, so I'll give it a class of btn_lg, which means large, and I want this to be the color of primary. Primary is like a blue color in Bootstrap, and there are other colors too, like danger, info, success. So you guys can look at them on Bootstrap and you'll know what color is each class. And I'll just put here by now, and Command D, duplicate another, and I'll put view detail, and I'll just give it a class of success. There we go. And for this one, we just need to put our image here, and this image right here, responsive web design, right there. So let's look what we got. Refresh the page. Here we got our h1 tag. It's actually under this navigation. Once we will fix it to bring it down, and then we have our paragraph and two buttons and the image. An image looks big, we will fix it in the style sheet. So let's move to the style sheet and give it some style, and call this header, comment this out. Let's start first our header and give it a height of 600 pixel, a width of 100%, a padding of 30 pixel, 30 pixel, and a margin top 50 pixel, and a background image, URL, images, so this bg3, and let's give our background image a position. We want this to be center, and a background repeat, no repeat, and a background size cover. And let's give a color to all our text in the on the header, a white color. Here we go. Let's look at what we got. So refresh the page. There we go. We got our text on the left fixed. So now we have to work on our image and the buttons. So the first thing, let's fix our image. Give it a height of 350 pixel and a width of 450 pixel. Margin of 70 pixels, 0, 0, 40 pixel. And we want our header h1 is going to be, we'll give it a font size of 40 pixel and a font weight of 700 and a padding top of 30 pixel. Fix our header h1, our paragraph, and the buttons. Since we add, let's give them a margin top, a margin top of 20 pixel. And the next thing is to give a margin to our buttons and get rid of the border radius. If you guys look here, they're very close to each other, and also these border radius that you see on the patterns, we want to get rid of that. First, the border radius 0 and a margin 40 pixel, 20 pixel. Let's see what we have. Refresh the page. There we go. Our image is fixed. We have a space between our buttons and paragraph and the h1 tag, and also the buttons, they don't have the border radius anymore. So the next thing is to see how this looks on a small device. Come to developer tool and responsive design mode. So if you guys look, this looks a little bit messy. We have to fix this. Let me bring it to the right. To fix the small device size, let's put the media query tag in CSS for a small device. So to do that, you just write media and give max width of 768 pixel. Inside this, let's fix our header. Give it a padding of 30 pixel and a height of 750 pixel. And then let's fix our header image. I'll give it a width of 90% and a height of 300 pixel and margin 20 pixel, 0, 0, 20 pixel. Let's refresh the page and see what we got. Let me save it, refresh. So you see the background image got longer, but still, you know, the image is not there and the buttons, they're kind of not next to each other, and the text is big, so we have to fix them. The header buttons, we gave them a font size of 10 pixel and a margin left 20 pixel. And the header h1, give it a font size of 20 pixel and the header paragraph is going to be a font size of 10 pixels. Let's see what we got. Our buttons are fixed, our text got smaller, and the image is just right on the header. So that's it for this section. Let's move to the next section.